So, in the previous lessons, we have looked at the different tools used on Adobe Premiere Pro. I have introduced you to the different panels on a workspace. We've also seen how we can cut a clip and drag it to the timeline, and went on to show you how you can export your video files. In this lesson, I will be concentrating on editing itself, some basic aspects of editing. Okay, things that other video editing effects that help your work. Okay, so first off, I'll just add some more clips to what we already have, and then I can show you some effect tools. Then you can right click. You do this just in case you are not sure, you don't want to cut any part of the clip from the previous one. You just right click, you see ripple delete, and then so it merges it instantly without wiping. So now we've been on the editing part of this software of Adobe Premiere Pro. Now I'm going to effects. By the time you go to effects, the workspace changes slightly. So on the right end of your screen, you see the effects panel comes up. We have different presets, the metric presets, audio effects, audio transitions, video effects, and video transitions. Then you have other essential graphics, essential sound, the metric color, and all that. In this lesson, we're going to be looking at audio effects, audio transition, video effects, and then video transition. These are basic effects that you might want to use when you're editing a video. Okay, so starting with audio effects, once you click on the arrow, it shows you a lot of different audio effects, amplify, analog. From this list of audio effects, you can make changes or edit the audio in your timeline. Okay, so for instance, if there's some background noise, I can drag the noise and put it up here. So once I denoise, it means that it's going to automatically reduce the amount of noise that was on this audio. Okay, so there are other effects you can use. You can, if the volume is too low, maybe the volume you're editing and you feel like you needed to increase the volume, you can drag the volume, add to the clip, go to effects control, scroll down, you see the volume. You can now add how many decibels you want to add to the volume, how much more you want to increase the volume. So there are different effects. For instance, you want to increase the treble, there's an effect for treble. You want to increase bass, you want to balance. So this is audio effects. Okay, so you can use any of the effects you need to amplify or improve your audio quality, especially if you might not have the time to go to Adobe Audition. Adobe Audition is a separate software for editing sound or audio. Okay, so that's audio effects. Then we have audio transition. Audio transitions are effects that you can use to distinguish or other end an audio, or begin an audio, or even merge two audios together. For instance, so I'm coming from a dinner event with little music and going straight into a party like a concert. So it might be too much of a shock or too loud, the difference between these two events. So what I want to do is to add, maybe I prefer to use exponential fade. When I add exponential fade, you see that the audio will now blend easily. So one reduces while the other one increases in volume slowly. So those are some things you can do with your audio transition. Video effects. Just like audio effects, video effects help you to enhance your video, add some drama to your video, or make it better. Okay, so there are different options for video effects. Let me see this one. Adjust, under adjust, I'm saying light effect. So add light effect, and you can see the effect. So there's something like a light, like a what do you call it now, a spotlight at one angle. And when I remove that effect, you can go further to actually edit the effect, how you want it to look, the angle you want it to go, and all that. When I remove, this is how the video is, but with the light effect, that's how it is. So there are different effects here. Sometimes there's the blur. So maybe you want this clip to be blur, I drag it and drop it there. So you come to effects control on the source panel. Where's the blurriness? Okay, so I increase it. See, the clip is now very blur. So you can decide to do all that. Different. There's also sharpen. So there are different video effects depending on what you want to achieve, what you want to create. Transform. There's some, okay. Transform. You can crop. Okay, I decide to crop a clip. Let me use this clip now. Crop. So I come to effects control on my source panel. See, crop to the left, top, right, bottom. So that's to the left. That's top. That's bottom. So depending on what you're trying to achieve, there are different effects, video effects you can use. Video transitions are the most popular for me, really, because it helps you, like you are introducing a new video clip from a previous one. You must not use them, but they can be interesting to use. So I'm coming from, so we have different types of video transitions. You have 3D motion, dissolve, immerse, iris. So depending on what you want to achieve, you just click on it and drag it to the point in between the two clips you want to transit from. Okay, so I've dropped it there, and let's see how this goes. So that's an effect. That's actually a transition effect. Okay, let me go to dissolve. Let me use deep black. Drag and drop here. Deep black. Okay, so you see it goes fades to black and then comes down. You can actually slow down the pace at which this effect goes. So you click on the effect itself and then come here to increase the timing or reduce the timing. If you want it to be slower, under effects control, you can reduce the timing or make it faster. So if you notice, it's now the point of the effects we just added to this clip is now wider. So look at the difference. So it goes dark slowly and then comes up. Okay, so that's, there are other effects you can try out. I like to use the zoom, cross zoom. Let me drop it here so you see what I mean. Cross zoom. Yeah, that's cross zoom. I don't know if you noticed. So we've looked at how to add audio effects video effects, audio transition, video transition. Now I'll just show you how to also add text. Okay, you can either create text yourself, click on the type tool, and then go on to write whatever it is you want to write as text. Okay, constant, go back to selection to, when you go to the source panel, under effects control, you can now edit the text, increase the size of the text, add like a stroke, change the color so that we can see the changes. Okay, increase the size of the stroke so you can see that now. So that's one way to add text to your video. Another way is that most times there are templates. You go to graphics and then you see templates. Okay, templates, depending on what you want, what type of text you want to add. Insert name. If I wanted to insert a name, I drag this and drop on the point where I want it inserted. Okay, so you can see the tag name, insert name. You double click on it. Once you double click on it, you can edit, you can change whatever is there to what you want. Okay, so that's one other way to add text. Okay, whatever you want to add might not be your name. There are other templates of how to add name. You can see this one has your name here and then the second line. So for instance, you write the name of the person and then maybe the position of the organization. Okay, this one is for title. So maybe you want to introduce your film, your event, you can use this as a template. For those who are into film editing, you can use this template for film, the end credits, or yeah, for your cover. There are other templates here, title, template, insert name, this one has. So there are different templates you could actually use if you do not want to create your own template. I'm looking for a particular one. Okay, so this could be like an intro. For instance, at the beginning of your video, you can have, maybe you want something like this at the beginning of the video. Okay, so play that. Okay, so a little slow, but you can now, this is a template, you can decide to change, edit colors. So Adobe, so I could say Teo-Inspiro TV. Okay, so you can edit that. So you now see it's Teo-Inspiro TV. You can decide to edit the color. So I want to change this color to something closer to our colors. Okay, that's inside, and this maybe something like a blue. So you can do that to change the color template, and then you have yourself an intro. Okay, so there are other templates you can use. You can also use, this is like a name, also like a name tag. Okay, you can edit what you have there. Sports team, let's see, TII team. So you see it's changed. You can go to source, the source panel, reduce the size or increase the size of that, position it where you want it to be. So there's actually a lot you can do when you have these templates on making your video look better. Let me use this template, this one for the end. Okay, so that's like the end of the video. So also you can change colors here to whatever you want it to be. Yeah. Okay. So this is, I think this is like basic, the basic I can show you for editing. So at the end of this rendering process, once you're satisfied with your video, you think you have all your clips, you've used everything you want to use, you're fine with what you have, you can now go ahead to export. Okay, and already showed you how to export in the previous lesson that we did. Okay, so if you have any questions, do not hesitate to drop them in the comment box. Ask your questions. If there are areas you do not understand, you can ask questions. I'm ready, I'm available to answer them. For those who want to still go ahead learning go more advanced into video editing, or you want to have a one-on-one class, you could send an email and we'll get back to you on when next we're going to be having physical classes for video editing. Okay, that will be it. I hope you've learned something new today. Just keep practicing. You could become a pro in editing videos. I've just given you the basics. There's a lot more to learn. We didn't go to color and all that. That's a whole class for weeks on its own. So there's a lot more you can learn. And now our video is playing. Rendering has completed, so you can see what we have. Okay, so that's the end of this class. Thank you very much. Have a great day.